Okay, this is where we're going to learn how to put our axle holes and shape our car a little bit. So we're going to start off with a 2D sketch. Click on the front side. And I'm going to place 2 points, one toward the back, one toward the front. And I'm going to dimension this point 8 millimeters from the bottom. And the same thing with the front. And you can position from to the back and the front what you would like, but you just must stay inside the limitations on your paper. Let's just make this let's make it 50 millimeters. And we'll make this one 30. Okay, finish your sketch. Click on the hole tool. And this time we are going to go all the way through with it. And it needs to be a 4 millimeter hole, enough for our bearing as well. And if we click on the front, we see that it goes all the way through. Okay, let's shape the car. So go back to 2D sketch. Click on the side. But we do not want to cut through this hole where our CO2 cartridge goes through. So we're going to project the geometry. And if you slide your mouse over, a line will pop up where the hole is. We'll click on it. Click on all 3. Okay, this way we can see the hole that we've cut through in the back of the block. So we don't cut a hole through it. All right, I'm going to you can use the straight line tool, you can use the spline tool, you put curves in if you'd like to. I'm going to use the straight line. I'm going to click on the back. A little shape in here. Oops, it disconnected. So if it disconnects, just reconnect. Make sure that you reconnect in the same spot you were. And I must close this shape off in order to be able to cut it off. That means make sure you end and start at the same place. Okay, finish your sketch. Go to the extrude. And down here you have a cut command. If it doesn't show up, it shows up like this. Click on the output, cut, and select the part you would like to cut off. Now it doesn't cut all the way through, so we must select the through all. Click OK. And we've sliced it off now. Okay, I'm going to cut a little bit more off the shape. I don't like this hole so far back, so I'm going to edit that. I'm going to double click on the sketch, and I'm going to move this up just another 10 millimeters. Finish my sketch, and I'm going to cut another hole in the back. So I'm going to project my geometry again so I can see where my CO2 cartridge goes. All right, now I'm going to get my rectangle tool and I'm going to slice this off the back. I'm going to finish my sketch, and I'm going to extrude, cut. I want to go all the way through. This will be a good time to add some fillets. So click on the fillet tool, and I'm going to maybe round this back end off by clicking on the edges. Need to increase that. Let's try 21. Too much. Let's give that a try. I left a nice round shape in the back. We probably could have gone up to double click on the fillet, and let's change that to 21 again. Yeah, nice smooth edge. Let's put some more fillets in to dress it up. Before we do that, I'm going to back up. I'm going to start a 2D sketch, and this time I'm going to go to the bottom, and I'm going to make a line. If you put it halfway, a little green dot pops up. That way I know I'm in the center. I'm going to project my geometry so I can see where my axle holes are. I do not want to cut through those. Okay. I'm going to get a rectangle tool and I'm going to cut that far up. All right. I'm going to mirror this rectangle. I'm going to click on all sides of it and I'm going to mirror it across this center line that I drew earlier and hit apply. Hit done. Finish my sketch. And now I'm going to use my cut tool. Go to extrude, cut, and it's cut inside each one of them. And I'm going to cut it all the way through. And let's see what that looks like. Okay, it's taking some shape. All right, so let's put some more fillets on it to dress it up. You notice that it rounded it almost completely off. Let's change this to like 4 and see what happens. Maybe a little more than that. 8. We do the bottom a little bit, round it off. It may be too much for it. Let's just change that back to a 5. Shape it around. I don't know if I like that too much. But you can always go back and right click on it here, delete it if you don't like it. And let's put a little rounded edge on the front end. I don't think I like that. I'm going to do that. Okay, now we basically got a shape of a car. Let's go ahead and color it. We'll go with that. Let's hit File, Save As, and let's call this our dragster. We'll call my number 1 and hit Save. Okay.